they've been in business. And we have Rick Roman joining us. Hello. Who's been bringing this brand to QVC. But you've seen him in the kitchen with David. He brings gadgets and all kinds of delicious food. It's always nice
great to see you.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
This, I think, is really exceptional because even when I look at the color of what you have on your plate, this is not just salmon. Salmon is delicious. We love salmon. This is wild caught Alaskan Sockeye Salmon and a choice of 8 or 16. So we have the buy more, save more of $24 if you want to go for the set of 16. Your item number is M54088. A hearty 6-ounce size.
6 ounce.
6-ounce size for fish. And you can do those 3 easy payments and lock them into auto delivery if you would like. But I need to ask you, sir, because there's salmon out there. But when I go to my grocery store, I'm not finding wild-caught Alaskan sockeye salmon. What's the difference?
Yeah, first of all, look at the pricing on any wild-caught fish out there, and you'll be like, wow, this is from Anderson Seafood. You just said sockeye, wild-caught, cold Alaskan waters. This is the salmon that swam upstream during the spawning, eating the plankton, eating the shrimp. So that's why you get this gorgeous deep color. But we talked about it before, this incredible deep flavor. And Anderson Seafood has been providing this kind of quality seafood to the best restaurants for almost 40 years. Now they're bringing it directly to you. And the flavor of this fish is so deep and rich. I want you to taste it, Sharon, because
I'm so excited.
It's different than any farm-raised product. What you're going to notice about this fish, okay? And here's one that we just lightly baked, okay?
Look at the color of this.
Yeah.
It's exquisite.
It's such a different look at that. You see how deep red? They call this red salmon in some parts, but that's because of its diet. And then the flavor is unlike any farm-raised product because it's eating in the wild. So there's a lower oil content, but it's packed with omega-3s and richness and flavor.
To your point.
I mean, it's just...
It's deep, it's rich, but the fact that you just said that there's a lower oil content naturally with this fish.
That's right.
I tasted it. It doesn't taste as soggy as some traditional types of salmons taste. It actually has great body to it when you're eating it. It almost eats more meaty in its texture than other types of salmon out there.
It does. You know what? And that's one of the things I love about this particular salmon is you get that richness of flavor. It's perfect whether you want to saute it, you want to grill it with Labor Day coming up. It's so easy to prepare, and this is one of those things you and I talked about. You don't want to overcook this product, okay? You want to cook it just enough to cook it through. Because it's not packed with all those oils after being farm-raised and fed. You know, sometimes the diet's not always great in the farm-raised products. This is eating in the wild. All I did here was saute this with some olive oil. I added some fresh lemon, salt, pepper, and some cherry tomatoes.
How gorgeous is that?
Look at this plate. This took minutes, okay? And I only about 4 minutes aside, okay? A little bit of fresh parsley, and you have a beautiful dinner. And here, how you could see when it just flakes apart. It's just incredibly delicious. I mean, look how tender and delicate it is.
And you know what? And at the same time, like I mentioned earlier, almost more like a steak. It's not as flaky as some other types of fish. It almost has a meatier texture to it. So it'll stand up to the grill or other things that you're doing with it. And since we're talking about Labor Day, first of all, I want to say, think apples to apples. If you love fish, if you go to your seafood restaurant to get salmon, think about how much you spend for that single entree of salmon. How much are you getting? Is it going to be 4 ounces, 5 ounces? This is 6. Then think about, does it list wild caught? Is it from Alaska? Is it specifically sockeye salmon? With this, if you go for the 8 count, it's just a little over $10 a piece for your main serving wild caught. But if you're going for the set of 16 with that buy more, save more, it breaks down to $8.88. And these are really big, meaningful, hearty portions. So if someone wants to do this, can they grill this for Labor Day when people are coming over this
This is one of my favorite fish to grill, okay? And again, simple, about 3 minutes aside. Make sure the grill's hot, just like any other fish. Season it with a little bit of olive oil. And I always say only a little salt at the first. I always like to salt more afterwards so you don't draw the moisture out. Give it a quick grill like this, and then I like to do something like a light pesto. You name it. It doesn't need a lot because there's so much flavor in this fish that you just said because of the way it's been caught in the wild. It's got a richness, a depth of flavor without that oily texture that you might get with some farm-raised products. And again, you know, I was so excited when I came on board with Anderson Seafood. I owned a restaurant, I had a catering business. We used to go through great lengths to get the best purveyors of the best food. That's what Anderson Seafood, that's how they built their success. And it's great that you don't have to go to the restaurant, you can get it right to your home.
And then you can cook it exactly how you like it.
That's right.
Now, I know a lot of the folks are picking up the set of 8 to give this a try for $83, but if you go for that set of 16, we just doubled the amount of food that you're getting, but we did not double your price. We took $24 away from that price. And your shipping is completely free. So in terms of preparation, I want to ask you about this. A lot of people think that when you cook fish, you gotta cook it till it's just all the same all the way through. But this is one of those types of fish that you can cook like a steak. You can do it in medium rare. You can do it in different ways, right?
Yeah, you're 100% right, because guess what? As you cook it through all the way, you're going to actually pull out all the wonderful moisture and flavor. So 2 to 3 minutes aside, you may think, oh, it's still a little undercooked. When you pull it off the heat, the residual heat will finish cooking.
So let it rest for that 5 minutes, just like a steak. And that carryover cooking will make it perfect, so it's not going to end up overdone. I love the fact that we're even able to offer something like this to you. I have access to some really great grocery stores in this area. I am not able to find things like this. And I have to tell you also, Anderson Seafoods, this is a brand that you can truly trust to bring you the finest in seafood. So when we're cooking this, when you're talking about cooking it, a couple minutes aside, is that from frozen or does it have to be thawed first? If someone's never done fish before, what do they need to do?
So here's the thing with this: is going to come to you frozen, okay? And it's commercially vacuum packed. So you can thaw it in a nice water bath in about 3 to 5 minutes.
One piece at a time?
It's actually two pieces, but they're separate in the pack. So it's 2 pieces per cryovac. Thaw it in water, and then all you have to do is heat up your grill, your pan, your oven. Lightly season it. This fish is so flavorful. You don't have to add a lot, but then if you want, you can add other light sauces like you want.
You can make it fancy.
But the flavor stands on its own. And I'm going to tell you, the quality of this fish, and when I talk about Anderson, I get excited because I know how much time they spent with all these fisheries and these sustainable sources. It's just a delicious salmon.
So buy more, save $24. Do the set of 8.
I'm taking a bite.
$10.38 a piece with your free shipping, but if you do the set of 16, $8.88 a piece with your buy more, save more, and 54088. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sharon. Good seeing you.
This is like a jewel. I think you're going to love that when you get it at home. But if you missed Corky's from earlier, Okay, we started with 1,800 of the wings. Just 100 remain. And just in the smoky barbecue, but that's the one that for sure everybody of every kind of palate and taste and young and kids and everybody is going to love that flavor. 3 easy pays of $23.30. Do not let that one escape you because we have not had that on since June, and now is the time to lock it into auto delivery. But now